Register today. So kicking off for the Cleveland Browns will be the punter, Chris Gardocki. 6'1", 200, ninth-year veteran from Clemson. Spent the last 4 years with Indianapolis. The 4 years before that, Gardocki was a member of the Chicago Bears. Will Blackwell and Troy Edwards are the return tandem, and the 1999 NFL season for these two teams is drawing ever so close, and certainly the renewal of the Turnpike Series. And for anybody associated with either city, either team, this is a moment that should be cherished.
Gardocki can boom those kickoffs. And did you know that his wife is a newspaper columnist? Don't you feel enriched to know that?
I do. Gardocki, the left footer, kicks it low, and it's coming to the near sideline. It bounces through the end zone. It will be non-returnable as Troy Edwards decided to let it skip past him and not try to field that hot potato. So the Steelers will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Tom Gossman of Elizabeth is this week's contestant in the Kaufman's and Lee Sport Drive for 5 contestant. If the Steelers score a touchdown on their opening drive, Tom will receive $5,000. However, if the Steelers kick a field goal, Tom will receive 2 round-trip airline tickets within the continental United States. Steelers starting 1st and 10 at their own 20. Kordell Stewart is at quarterback, and for the first time this season, preseason or otherwise, Jerome Bettis, the bus, dots the I. Kordell, short drop, looking right, has time, throws it downfield. A receiver is open, but it's too high and wide of the mark in front of the Browns bench. Hines Ward is hit hard by Marquez Pope, the strong safety, and the pass is incomplete.
Oh, he had that guy beat down there, that cornerback, and that ball was just thrown too high. That would have been a sweet opening play. It was Corey Fuller, the left cornerback. He had him beat by a couple of yards.
2nd down 10. The Steelers from their 20-yard line. They go slot left. Stewart hands it off the left side to Bettis, and Bettis finds a hole and comes up over the 25 to the 26 for 6 yards. Marquez Pope making the tackle, the strong safety from Fresno State, who spent 4 years with San Francisco, 1 with the Rams, and before that, San Diego for 2 seasons, where he was a 2nd-round pick in '92.
And again, Cowher specifying to me today that Bus's knee is fine, but it's a strained calf muscle that he got rehabbing the knee that is his problem.
The Steelers now go with 5 wides, 3 right to the wide side, and so it's a no back set. It's an empty set for Kordell Stewart on 3rd and 4. He's going to run the quarterback draw. He's got the first down. Breaks to the outside right, is hit and down as he gets to the 34-yard line. He needed 4, got 8, and he's knocked off his feet by cornerback Corey Fuller.
Oh, a clever play, Tunch.
You know, all week long, Myron, I've had the sense that, you know, the Steelers have not game planned for one preseason game. This is the game where we're going to start seeing Kordell move the ball around. He's going to run the ball more. They're going to move him out of the pocket a lot more. We're going to see a lot of Kordell running with the ball.
Perennial All-Pro Dirt Dawson, Dermontti Dawson out over the football. Audible by Kordell with 1 back. And he's having trouble communicating, and finally he gets John Whitman to come into the backfield. Whitman, and he's going to keep it around right end, and Stewart is hit hard as he gets to the 38-yard line by Wally Rayner, the rookie middle linebacker from Virginia, a 4th-round pick.
Well, he could have tossed that ball to Jerome, who had a blocker out in front of him on the far side of the field.
Well, you know what that was? It was an option, Myron. It was a sprint option. Jerome Bettis was out trailing the play, and with Big Brendan Stye leading the way, and what Kordell's doing, he's looking at the outside linebacker. If he bites, he pitches. If he plays upfield, he takes it up.
He might have kept it because there was confusion in the backfield.
2nd down 6 at the 38. Huntley replaces the bus. And the give is to the full, but play action fake and a pitch. And on a toss and a pass to Richard Huntley, and he's got the first down out over the 40 to the 45-yard line. Jameer Miller, the giant linebacker at 6'5", 266 for the Browns, knocks him out of bounds, but the Steelers showing new wrinkles with this offense.
Yeah, and if they can score points on this drive, they can shut up the crowd some, and it would be sweet. They can untrack that offense.
And that's what they're trying to do, and that's why they're moving Kordell out. There was a naked boot, and he did a great job of getting rid of the ball with a pass rusher in his face to Richard Huntley.
Empty set again, 5 wideouts. Kordell in the shotgun, 1st and 10 at his 45-yard line after the 7-yard gain. He's back. He fires, complete, 1st down into Browns territory at the 45 down to the 43-yard line. And with that football is Bobby Shaw, the 2nd-year man from California who had an outstanding preseason.
And that is a pickup of, let's see, 5, 10, 12 yards.
all preseason long, the Cleveland secondary has been playing very, very soft. So if I'm the Steelers, I'm going to go all those underneath routes, those quick hitches and quick outs and quick ins, take advantage of that soft coverage.
Kordell 2 for 3 through the air this time. 2 tight ends for the Steelers. They're pulling out the kitchen sink. Kordell doesn't like what he sees, and he calls a timeout. So the Steelers moving the ball through the air on the ground, have moved it across midfield and have a 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line when they call timeout here in the first quarter. Bill Hillgrove along with Tunch Ilkin. We have 11:47 to go in the initial period of the 99 season from Cleveland Brown Stadium. Steelers football continues with this game scoreless.
Your home for the Steelers, 102.5 DVE.
Well, we've seen the Steelers on this drive several times feature 5 wide receivers. That's old Chan Gailey stuff. Did we see that in the preseason at all, Tunch?
I believe it was Carolina, Myron. They lined up in it a couple of times, and I was shocked because I thought we were going to always see the tight end, even in dime.
Now the Steelers bring 2 wides to the left with a wide slot. I formation behind Kordell Stewart. 1st and 10 Steelers at the Browns 43 in a scoreless game. The give is to the bus, and he is hammered. Spins off that tackle, crosses the 40, and gets to the 39. A Brown lost a helmet making contact, and that was John Yurkovich, who he hit him, and then the helmet flew off, and the bus spun and got positive yardage, actually to the 38-yard line for 5.
Exactly. Yeah, he punished the Yurkovich, the lovely Serb with a good sense of humor at those grudge luncheons. He turned them into grudge luncheons. He's a jovial fellow.
From Eastern Illinois, John Yurkovich, 2nd and 5 Steelers at the 38. Kordell is back. Near sideline pass, a man wide open, and he throws it too high for Courtney Hawkins. Courtney was wide open at the 27-yard line of the Browns. It would have been easily a 1st down, but now it's 3rd and 5 as Kordell Stewart throws it upstairs. Antonio Langham had loose coverage on the play.
The 2 high passes with men open have been demerits for Slash on this drive, but otherwise he's looking nice.
You know, this, like I said earlier, this is the first time they've game planned. He's starting to get in a nice little rhythm here, and that is very important for this whole offense as they're back to their 5 wideouts on 3rd down and 6.
Yes, it's the empty set. Kordell by himself. The Browns showing blitz. Here they come. Kordell is back. He has time, throws a pass complete, 1st down, far side of the field, and Bobby Shaw takes it and gets knocked out of bounds by Ryan McNeil, the nickelback, but the Steelers move the sticks.
So Bobby Shaw comes from nowhere here to catch a couple of nice passes, and the Browns were playing very soft in the secondary. He needed a couple of yards to get to the sticks, but had no trouble doing it.
Myron, you're absolutely right. They do play a very soft coverage, and the interesting thing is that it is eventually they're going to start coming up and pressing these guys if Kordell keeps completing them, and that's when you go up the field and burn them long.
Bobby Shaw has 19 yards on 2 receptions. The Steelers started this drive at their 20. They have 1st and 10 at the 31. The bus motions out of the backfield. Back is Kordell. Looking left, fires a pass. It's caught on a sliding effort by Courtney Hawkins. The ball thrown a little bit behind him, but he adjusted his body very well in front of Antonio Langham. And though they say the ball is not caught, they rule incomplete.
Oh, my. Well, the Browns, whatever blitzing they've done has been very minimal types of blitzes, but the Slash is getting protection there. That was a 4-man rush on that play.
Steelers have the tight end to the right side. He's the only man out there who can be an eligible receiver. Slot left. I formation for the Steelers. 2nd and 10 at the 31 of the Browns. The bus dances to the right. Little shake and bake. Takes on a tackler and drives to the 25 for 6 yards. The bus looks like he's in midseason form. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. The healthcare company with more doctors and hospitals to choose from.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's the bus we know and love. You know, the outside linebacker, the John Theory, big fellow, 6'4", 260. He's got him by the ankles. He says, oh, I got you by the ankles. And the bus says, ankle tackle's fat, and runs away from him.
Bus has 17 yards on 3 carries. 3 wideouts for the Steelers. Nickel package for the Browns. 3rd and 5 at the 25. Motion by Bruner. And the give is to the left. And it's very close to the first down, as driving with the football is Jerome Bettis, and the Steelers are doing a lot of misdirection. Jameer Miller this time makes the tackle, but it appears to be close to first down territory. I think it's close enough that referee Bob McElwee wants to measure.
Yeah, I believe he only needed 3 or 4, Bill, and we'll see whether he got them.
I'm sorry, he did need 4, and I said 5. You're correct.
So I bring it up because, it's close measurement here.
It might be inches short. Let's see. They got to bring the chains from the far side of the field. That's in front of the Browns bench to the near side. Inside the numbers, they stretch the chains.
Stretch them.
Oh, they stretched them too far.
Go for it. It's inches. Go for it.
It's an inch. It's close enough that Bob McElwee has to reach down and grab the chain.
Well, you got to go for it. I mean,
4th and about an inch.
Well, they're moving the ball good.
Yeah,
they're running good.
Absolutely. And this defensive middle, they can't play with the Steelers' middle 3 and Dermontti, Brendan, and Alan Faneca.
Boss has taken himself out of the game, J.D. Fogarty points out. He is winded. That's
now there's a real shocker. He hasn't done anything in about 8 weeks.
That's the J.D.'s analysis of it, his diagnosis.
4 defensive replacements for the Cleveland Browns. 4th down and about an inch for the Steelers.
Well, do you sneak it with Slash, or do you give it to the bus and pound on him?
Well, since the bus is out, I think I'd sneak it with Slash.
Yeah, he's out. That's right. I just said so.
2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver to the right. And Kordell tries to find a crack, and then they stack him up. It all depends on where they spot this one.
He's got it.
A marker's down. Hold on. Is there a marker down? No, there's no marker down.
No, he's got it.
I think he has it.
All he's got to do is fall, and he's got it.
And that's about what he did.
Well, he started to fall, then he got stood up. Let's see where they spot the football.
Well,
there's going to be another measurement.
I don't know. I thought, he leaned across there, sort of falling, and you figured inches, he's got to have it. But who knows if the mark is accurate.
It all depends on the mark. See, now, on the second effort, he got driven further back. If they go to his initial forward progress, it would have been over. But then he was driven back. Let's see where they mark it.
Well, you got to give him his progress.
Well,
they stretch the chains again. The Browns have held.
You're saying that he didn't gain an inch and even lost an inch. Now, how can that be?
I think that was a bad mark.
With this game scoreless, and Cleveland now getting something to howl and bark about. 9:15 to go. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Football Network.
The Steelers rock here. DVE.
In the eyes of head linesman James Wilson and line judge Ron Ferries, the Steelers did not gain the necessary inch. They lost an inch.
That's total Gorgonzola. His forward progress is where you mark the ball. He made forward progress with an inch or 2 to go, and they put it back.
They gave him the backward progress.
Ty Detmer brings him to the line of scrimmage. Mark Edwards, the lone setback. Play action fake. He's going to throw it on first down. A quick out to the right side. It's complete. With the football, Leslie Shepard, and he does a shake and bake, and he gets the first down. Gets out over the 30 to the 35-yard line for 14, almost 15 yards. Washington and Davis made the tackle in the Steelers secondary.
He starts off, does the quarterback Detmer, with the type of pass that the Steelers are looking for, short, safe passes, and Shepard turns it into a 14-yard gain.
With a quick out to the right side. 1st and 10, Browns at their 35 in a scoreless game. Steelers show blitz. Again, a one-back look. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. That receiver, Shepard, goes in motion. They give the ball to Edwards. He comes against the grain and gets maybe a yard. Is hit hard once and then twice. First man to him, Earl Holmes. Edwards, the 3rd-year fullback from Notre Dame,
who didn't get many carries in the preseason and was disappointed about that, thinks he's a pretty decent runner.
This game is starting chippy already. I don't know if you just noticed Earl Holmes was in there giving it to Jimmy Pine, and it looked a little bit like Jason Gilden. I tell you what, they may not feel it's a rivalry, but it's picking up already.
2nd down 9, Browns at their 36. Steelers showing blitz again. Outside motion from the left by a receiver. Here comes the backside blitz. Detmer is hit, throws the ball into the ground at the feet of a Steeler defender, Earl Holmes. It was intended for Terry Kirby. I'm sorry, that was Carlos Emmons supplying the pressure from the backside, the blind side of quarterback Ty Detmer.
He dumped Detmer, did the Carlos Emmons.
Nice blitz by the Steelers. Hazlitt calling a safety blitz, and what happened was Lee Flowers came all the way outside Carlos Emmons, and the left tackle, Loma Stroud, picked up Lee Flowers, which left Carlos Emmons open, and he almost got the sack.
3 wide out. Shepard, Gibson, and Shiverini to one side. Johnson is, actually, they're spread 2 and 2. Kevin Johnson's out to the other side. The Steelers in the dime. Detmer in the gun. He's back on 3rd and 9. He's looking, has time, fires it down the field. Intercepted. Chris Oldham has the football. He's at the 40, the 39, and he's knocked off his feet by Terry Kirby, and the Steelers play takeaway.
You betcha Detmer is trying to hit Leslie Shepard, but he throws the ball short, or let's put it this way, the interceptor,
Oldham, Chris Oldham.
He's a clear 5 yards in front of Shepard and picks it up very nicely and cleanly, no sweat.
Now, did you say the ball was thrown short or Chris Oldham was short?
Oldham was way up there. He's short too. Don't get me confused, Ilkin.
Here comes Soapy Shapiro again. The Steelers, after the interception, go with 2 tight ends. 1st and 10 at the Browns' 39 in a scoreless game. Kordell Stewart has the eye backs broken to the right. And a delayed handoff to the bus. They get at his ankles, and down he goes. He slips and falls at the line of scrimmage. It looked like he had skipped through the tackle, then all of a sudden he was off balance. John Theory is the man who got to him first, and Jameer Miller also helped on the play, the 2 outside backers.
Here are some scores from today's opening game in the opening day in the NFL from the Bell Atlantic Mobile Extended Coverage Scoreboard. These are all finals. Detroit upset Seattle 28-20. Minnesota over Atlanta 17-14. St. Louis defeated Baltimore goody 27-10, and the Chi Bears defeated Kansas City 20-17.
The Steelers on their opening drive had the ball for 13 plays over 6 minutes, and they did not score. Now, after a no-gainer by the bus, Jerome Bettis, the Steelers have to call a timeout because they didn't seem to be ready to run the proper play.
Well, you know, it looked like Kordell didn't have the people he wanted out there.
From Cleveland Brown Stadium, Steelers football continues here on the lakefront with this game scoreless.
Back at New Cleveland Stadium, 0-0. You know, Kordell, it looked like he didn't have the personnel for the play that he was supposed to call. So he went into the huddle and he didn't like what he saw. He came back out, then he went back in, then he decided just to call timeout. Now, that's the second timeout the Steelers have burned because they didn't like what they saw either in the defense or in their own personnel.
Offset backfield left, and now they redeploy wideout Hines Ward to the left and send him in motion right to balance. 2nd and 10 at the 39. Blitz. The pass is complete. It's a screen out to the left. And here comes Troy Edwards. And he's inside the 35-30, 25-20, and forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. The Steelers pick up 19 yards on a great screen to the left side, despite the fact that Kordell was under great duress.
Yeah, real well-formed screen, too. Brendan Stiver went out in front to block nicely downfield, moving like a 120-pounder. And so, all right, the ball is indeed first down at the Cleveland 20.
And the Steeler offensive line let Jerry Ball just come in and chase Kordell right away. But it got him out of the play. The Steelers from the Browns 20 in a scoreless game. Second man left side is the bus. He sidesteps a tackler, gets the block, turns inside, puts the shoulder down, and gets to the 10-yard line, and he's inches short of another first down.
Oh, I'm telling you, if the bus doesn't run out of wind again, he's looking like he played a lot in the preseason.
Well, you know, he did take himself out once, and he'll probably be taking himself out again. But you know what? He hasn't played any in the preseason. He hasn't done anything in camp. Hey, run him. Keep running him until the horse drops. I mean, you know, you got to get some work as he comes out now, and in comes Richard Huntley.
When I said inches short, I saw the official. I thought he was marking the ball about 8 inches from the 10-yard line, but they've got the nose of the ball on the 10. This could be a first down. And they stretch the chains out again, and again Bob McElwee has to peer straight down over top, and he says it's about 2 inches short. It'll be second down and inches outside the Cleveland 10. And now let me ask you this: do you think, Tunch, that there's a chance to make it a first down near the goal line, or is this going to be first? Is this going to be a first and goal if they make it here? No, it's going to be first and goal.
It'll be first and goal, and you talk about inches. There is a little hook. There is just one chink left in that chain, and that's how short it is of a first down.
And the bus on 6 carries has rolled for 30 yards. That's a sweet average of 5 yards a carry, of course. I got enough through bass to know that.
Your brilliance is dazzling.
Yeah, I'm Albert Einstein up here.
Or as Joe Theismann said, Norman Einstein.
Irving Einstein.
6:23 to go. First quarter, scoreless, second and inches at the 10. Hines Ward in motion to the wide side right. Double fake. Kordell on the run. He turns. He pumps. He gets inside the 5 and is down at the 1-yard line. But the Steelers have a first and goal as he put the shoulder down and took on free safety Tim McTire.
And he had Hines Ward down there in front of him throwing a block, and he's doing a beautiful job of fake pumping there until the dear Hines eliminates a guy, and he runs inside the block, and he's at the 1-yard line.
Once again, this is the fourth naked boot we've seen so far in this game, and you know, we didn't see a whole lot of Kordell running out of the pocket in preseason. It looks like they've kept him under wraps for the regular season. This is great for him because it really lets him get in a rhythm and establish confidence.
Everything's in tight. Steelers with a wing back left, 2 tight ends, and the play action fake. Kordell running right. He's got nothing but space, and he ducks into the end zone, sidestepping a tackler for the Steeler touchdown. Nifty footwork by number 10.
That's beautiful.
Boy, he had double yoy, and who was it down there? Tim McTire, the safety man, who tries to tackle him short of the goal line, and Slash gives him the old slither like the greased shirt that you can't grab, pal. And the McTire lands on his knees and pounds the turf.
And all those, you know, they faked up the middle to the bus, and all Brown shirts jumped on the bus.
It's early, but that Browns defense has been on the field a long time.
Yeah.
Extra point try forthcoming for rookie Chris Brown. Tom Zach holding. The ball is down. The kick by Brown is on its way. It's up and good thanks to a fine snap by Mike Schneck. Everything works to perfection, and that extra point was brought to you by Geico Insurance. From Cleveland Brown Stadium, the first touchdown ever scored by Kordell Stewart. That is in regular season. The Steelers take a 7-0 lead. Steelers football continues with a score. Pittsburgh 7, the Dog Pound nothing. The Steelers, after the interception by Chris Oldham, march the football 39 yards in 5 plays and lead it 7-0 thanks to Kordell Stewart's touchdown. Chris Brown's kickoff comes down short at the 9-yard line, taken by rookie Ronnie Powell from Northwestern State. He comes forward to the 10, 15, 20, and is down around the 25-yard line by defensive back Jason Simmons of the Steelers.
And Slash Stewart now has 46 yards passing. He's 4 for 7, and he has 24 yards on 6 carries. So he's got a total of 70 yards passing and running. And we're still 8:54 left in the first period. Zounds.
Double zounds.
17-yard kickoff returned by Ronnie Powell of the 26. Quick count this time, and Kirby spinning off one tackler gets up to about the 30-yard line for 4 yards. The Steelers had the hole closed partially. That was Jason Gilden who didn't get him to quit spinning, and so he spun into the arms of Lee Flowers, and down he goes at the 30-yard line.
Now, I would be surprised if the Browns could run with any effectiveness against the Steelers defense. I just don't think they match up well with the Steelers D.
Steelers go 4-man front, and the Browns cheat the tailback up closer to the line of scrimmage. Steelers showing blitz from the outside right, and a quick count and a timing pattern, and it's caught. What are they going to call? Out of bounds or inbounds? They call it inbounds on a great play at the 49-yard line for 19 yards by Leslie Shepard.
Now that's the kind of pass that the quarterback should have thrown to Shepard when Oldham intercepted. He needed an arc on that pass. Instead, he drilled it, and Oldham stepped right in front of it. But here he threw it up very, very nicely so the guy could run under it.
Well, Chad Scott was one-on-one with Shepard, and he just threw it right up there, and he got 1 foot in and just barely got the other one in. Nice pass, nice catch, and even good coverage.
Shepard has 33 yards pass receiving on 2 catches. 1st and 10, Browns from their 49. Detmer, quick out. And he throws this quick screen, a quick pop, and that is Leslie Shepard fighting forward to the Steeler 35-yard line. No, it's Kevin Johnson fighting forward to the 45-yard line, and Chad Scott took him on and knocked him down. It's a 6-yard gain.
Johnson, a second-round draft choice from Syracuse, says the ideal way for this game to end is for him to catch a pass streaking down the sideline on the final play of the game, go all the way for a touchdown, and leap into the dog pot. Good for you, Kevin.
He got 6 yards on that play. 2nd down, 4, the ball in Steeler territory for the first time tonight. Shepard goes in kind of loose motion. And the Steelers stack up Terry Kirby. He may get a half yard to the 44. Joel Steed had him from one side, and Levon Kirkland plugged the gap on the other side. And down he went after a very short gain as we pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Football Network.
Pittsburgh Steelers football is brought to you by your hometown snack food company, Troyer Farms, with the perfect potato chip. Great taste, just 2 grams of fat and no cholesterol.
WDVE, Pittsburgh.
If Kirby gained anything, it was a couple of inches against the dime. Browns with an empty set. 3rd and 4 at the Steeler 45. Steelers showing blitz. Detmer back all by himself. Awaiting Wollabaw's snap. Here he is. And he throws the ball, and it is incomplete. Getting one hand on it with a great leaping try was Leslie Shepard. Turns to the deep official and says, did I get interfered with by dime back to Shea Townsend? The answer is no. Kevin Henry had the heat in the kitchen, and the punt team is on for Cleveland. Chris Gardocki for the first time.
Townsend wasn't anywhere near him, but he came over and fell on him, so the guy squawks. The Shepherd squawking, hey, he fell on me. Pish and pash.
Gardocki awaiting the long snap of Ryan Kuehl, a third-year man from Virginia, a backup defensive end. Troy Edwards is the deep man. Gardocki gets the left footer away, and he's knocked off his feet, but they say, oh, a roughing call. A marker's down. He punts it into the end zone. A Steeler came sliding in underneath him, and that was Chris Oldham, and now the Steelers are really complaining to referee Bob McElwee, who threw the flag.
Now, Oldham's probably saying that he got blocked into the kicker. He can't believe it. And it really looked like Gardocki punted the ball and then fell over Oldham, who was already on the ground.
There's no foul on the play. There is no foul on the play. There was no contact. No foul on the play.
Good call. That's the way.
He did that after conferring with umpire Scott Dawson. He said, what did you see? And Dawson explained that somehow it was not Oldham's fault, that he got in under the punter. He was pushed from behind by Brown. From Cleveland Brown Stadium, first quarter with 2:33 to go. Steelers football continues with a score. Pittsburgh with the ball, 7, and Cleveland nothing.
The Steelers throwing all kinds of stuff at the Browns offensively that we didn't see in the exhibition season. Really haven't been stopped. Well, they were stopped by the head linesman when they drove to the 21 of the Brownies, and the guy gave the Steelers an atrocious mark on the football. But here go the Steelers from their 20-yard line.
Kordell Stewart lines them up in an I. Slot left. And the Browns look like they're going to press the coverage, so Kordell goes to the audible. And he's got a call. No, he didn't call the timeout. He sends, and now he finally has to call the timeout as he sends fullback John Whitman in motion, and the Steelers have confusion reigning.
So in the first 6 minutes of this ball game, they've used up all their 3 timeouts that they're allotted for the half.
Well, I think one of the problems, Myron's, or one of the challenges for the Steelers is they're doing a lot of check with me based on what kind of defense they see. And if the total offense is not on the same page, it's very hard to audible check with me based on the defense. And what we're seeing is the Steelers are making a lot of the mistakes and having a lot of successes that they should have done in preseason, but because of only playing a half here or a quarter there, they haven't been able. This is the first time all 11 starters on offense have been on the field at the same time since training camp started. So they're going through the growing pains of developing a continuity from an offensive standpoint.
Well, tell me, am I correct? Are we still in the first period? They've used up all their timeouts, and there's 9 minutes and a second left, 2 seconds?
No, there's 2:33 left.
Oh.
They give this to the bus, and he finds a hole, but then he's tackled by his ankles as he gets down at the 25-yard line by Wally Rayner, the rookie linebacker from Virginia. During the week, they asked the bus on a conference call about the retirement of Chris Spielman, and he says, yeah, and Wally Rayner's taken his place, and he says, Wayner? Who's Wayner? Well, Rayner said, I think I'll make him remember. I'll be all over the field. He tackled there, but not until 5 yards were rung up.
And I can't believe this guy, Wally Rayner, was insulted by that.
Well, in this Turnpike series, every word means something, even the. Play action fake. Kordell is back, and John Whitman does not squeeze the pass at the 29-yard line. He had an easy first down, and now it's 3rd and 5.
I was confused about the time. I apologize, dear gents, because I'd seen 8 minutes up there a while ago. Now I see 9, and you tell me it was 2.
You're looking at the clock that tells you the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
the one that goes up, the one that goes up is the clock. The one that goes down is the game clock.
Well, they built that overhang, and we can't see the scoreboard to our right.
7-0 Steelers. 3rd and 5 at their 25. They got empty set against a nickel look. 4-man rush. Kordell is back, throws a pass, and it's caught for a first down upfield across the 35 to the 37-yard line. A great catch by Courtney Hawkins in traffic. Marquez Pope credited with the tackle. The gain is from the 25 to the 38 of 13 yards and a first down.
You know, if you guys recall, last year Kordell did not throw a lot between the hash marks. He threw a lot of outs. That was a nice deep crossing pattern, and they say he's throwing that with a lot more confidence this year.
Slot right. And the second man to the left side, the weak side. Here comes a bus on the run. He's out of the garage. He's hit hard as he crosses the 50 and gets to the 48. He bounces right up, bumps into the back of a Cleveland Brown, bumps helmets with him, and then heads back to the Steeler huddle. And Wally Rayner and Tim McTire forced him out.
And John Whitman sort of makes up for dropping an easy catch by throwing the block for the bus on the near sideline. Yes, indeed, and the bus now has 47 yards on 9 carries in the first period. Ain't over yet, I'm sure about that.
That's his longest run of the game, 14 yards to the Browns' 48. And again, they try the right side. And this time, he's going to buy an extra yard or 2 only because he got forward, because they got at his heels, and down he went. Raheem Abdullah, the rookie linebacker from Clemson, second-round pick by the Browns, is the man who made the stop at the 47, so we'll call it a 1-yard gain.
Now, Jerome's talking to himself because he felt he should have read the whole. But getting back to Wally Rainier, this guy is a rookie. How could he have heard of him? I can't believe the guy's insulted because the bus said, "Who's this guy?"
2nd and 9 at the 47.
Well,
the Steelers in Browns territory do another check with me. With a slot left, tight eye back. It's a passing look, and back goes Kordell. Dumps it over the middle. John Whitman has it at the 44. A 3-yard gain, setting up a 3rd and 6. Jameer Miller is on him that quick.
And, you know, though, Tunch, you know that the build-up for the Steelers-Browns, the newspaper guys took that quote from the bus, ran to Rainer's locker, surprised the rookie, you know, that they would, we got an issue here. And, how? You want to order your very own hot, fresh, great-tasting pizza, the Outlet Pizza, now, and have it right at your door by halftime. Pizza Outlet, delivering great taste. And that's the end of the first quarter. I'm sure it's the end of the first quarter. With a score, the Steelers 7, the Brownies nothing.
Christy Passero of Beaver Falls is a Giant Eagle touchdown contestant this week. If the Steelers score a touchdown during the second quarter, Christy will receive a $100 gift certificate from Giant Eagle. If the Steelers do not score a touchdown but kick a field goal, Christy will receive a $25 gift certificate from Giant Eagle. So the Steelers get the football to the 44-yard line, and that will be, let's see, a 3rd down and about 4.
Ogle. And Billy, you were telling me you had that exciting Pitt-Penn State game yesterday, that Walt Harris chewed out his players after the game?
Yes, I mean, and the reporters outside the locker room heard him, and he was really beside himself about the fact that the squad had, after this great performance in a loss against Penn State, gone to the Panther fans in the stands at Beaver Stadium and slapped high fives. He went crazy.
Says you're not happy when you lose.
Nope, 3rd and 6. Steelers at the 44. Brown show blitz. Here they come. And Kordell hits a man on a real quick post pattern, and he's tripped up at the 31-yard line. It's a Steeler first down on a 13-yard gain. If Blackwell is able to keep his footing and not get knocked down by Antonio Langham with an ankle tackle, he's gone.
Yeah, Langham, you're absolutely right. He managed to nick him off his feet. Langham, who was playing for Frisco last year, just had a terrible year. So he signed as a UFA, unrestricted free agent with the Brownies. Came back to the Brownies.
Blackwell 13 to the 31, first down. And here comes Richard Huntley running left. He's going to lose yardage. He'll be hit and hit again at the 35-yard line, a 4-yard loss. John Theory is the man who kept the contain on the play, and the Steelers tried that sweep, and they couldn't get around the corner, and there was a late hit, and I think a flag is down. No, it's a mask. It's a late
53
flag.
defense and forcing the end of the play.
Theory was on contain, and he also contained the mask that holds the that is attached to the helmet, and of course that's a violation. Face mask.
John Theory, one of those first-round draft pick veterans. The Bears had drafted him in the first round, and one of those 5 guys that the Cleveland Brownies are hoping rise to their potential.
You know, and the linebackers have to be the strength of this defensive unit. They've got a very active group. Jamir Miller is the big play guy, and Theory is really starting to develop his game.
First down.
Yep, because of the mask penalty, it's an automatic first, so the Steelers actually gain a yard. Rolling right and going wide on the boot, and a dump pass is partially knocked out of the air and deflected on a good effort by Derek Alexander, the 5th-year defensive end from Florida State, who got a hand on that football intended for Richard Huntley. It looked like the play would work, but Alexander said no.
Yeah, Alexander got his hands high in the air, and he's another one of those 5 former first-round draft picks.
And he ran over to the sidelines to take a bow like he made a great play. I mean, all he did was tip the ball, and he didn't get a whole lot on it. So he was lucky that Richard Huntley didn't catch it anyways.
Steelers leading 7-0 are in Browns territory with a 2nd and 10 at the Cleveland 30. They send the tailback. Huntley out in motion right. And they give it straight ahead to Whitman, and Whitman finds a crack and gets inside the 30, down to the 25, and is tripped up by Wally Rayner, the middle backer, at about the 23.5-yard line. So that's almost a 7-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and a long it won't be a long 3. It'll be 3rd and about 3 for the Steelers.
And Whitman was sent right up the middle as the Browns, playing a 4-man rush, just left that middle wide open. No doubt Dirt Dawson had something to do with that.
As he always does, Myron, as he always does.
3rd down 3. Quick count this time. The bus turns the corner left side, and he's got the first down. He is tripped up and knocked over on a cartwheel tackle by Antonio Langham, but he appeared to have the ball ahead of the lead stick, and it looks like a first down. It is a first down at the 21-yard line. He needed, let's see.
Well, those guys may give you a lousy mark again.
It looks like they've got it at the 21, but they're going to bring it in and make sure.
The bus now has 53 yards on 10 carries. Better than 5 yards a carry, Albert Einstein here says.
This time, the nose of the football and the entire middle part of it are ahead of the stick, so we called it properly, and the Steelers have a first down at the 21.
You know, Antonio Langham is no skyscraper or squat monster for that matter. He's about 180 pounds. When he saw a big 250-pound Jerome Bettis coming at him, he just kind of nipped at his ankles.
Dirt Dawson out over the ball. Backs are pinched together and split behind and to the left of Kordell Stewart. He's going to be back. He pumps once. He's hit. He throws the ball away. Leaping up and trying to intercept the ball intended for John Whitman is Raheem Abdullah. I think Wilt Chamberlain might have gotten a piece of that ball, but Abdullah's only 6'5".
Yeah, but Abdullah, a high draft pick this year, very nearly picked that off.
Yeah, it was Miller had got a hand on it too, and you know what? He was trying. Kordell was trying to throw that ball away, and as I'm looking at the replay, they're showing Mark Bruner all alone in the end zone, who went down the seam.
They're working on the bus on the bench. The bus is on the bench, and they're working on it.
2nd and 10. Steelers at the Browns 21. Huntley, the tailback, in motion left. And they give to the fullback. And with the football, Whitman drives ahead to the 19-yard line for 2. It'll be 3rd and 8. Defensive tackle Mike Thompson, 3rd-year man from Wisconsin, gotten in the expansion draft by the Browns. And Big Jerry Ball, who was an unrestricted free agent for Minnesota, spent time with Oakland before that, and also certainly Cleveland back when the other Browns franchise was in gear. Well, Jerry Ball combined with his fellow tackle Thompson to make the stop.
When was the last time you saw John Whitman carry twice on the same series?
Wow. 3rd down, a long 8. The Steelers empty set outside the 19-yard line of the Browns, who show blitz. Here's Kordell. They come at him. He throws a pass. It's complete to Bobby Shaw, and Shaw's knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field, a yard short of first down territory at about the 11, call it, let's see, where does he mark him out of bounds? The 12-yard line. Bobby Shaw's knocked out on the far side by nickelback Ryan McNeil.
And Bobby Shaw now has caught 3 passes, has he not?
As he has. And you know what? Nice job by Kordell picking up the blitz. That's 3 times they've blitzed him, and he's completed passes to the proper receiver, and he's really throwing the ball with a lot of confidence tonight.
Referee Bob McAway signaling to the clock operator to get things straightened out. He starts the play clock, and here comes Chris Brown to attempt a field goal. Tom Zach holding. It's 4th down and a long one.
That's what I was going to say. It's the play to make.
Field goal of 30 yards. The ball is down, and the kick by Brown is on its way with a marker down. It is no good. It hits the post and is rejected. Let's see why the marker's down. So hold the phone, as Chris Brown apparently has missed hitting
like
the
first
upright.
Down.
And
Penalty
it's against the Browns, and on 4th and 1, that means that Brown can relax, take a deep breath, and say, well, I was only funning.
Offside. Defense, number 53, lined up in the neutral zone.
Oh, he lined up.
5-yard penalty.
And that would be John Theory. Again, getting his name in the news.
Oh, boy. You hate
that's
that.
an expansion team.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? That is exactly the way you put a team like this away. And you know, you were talking about what a genteel crowd we had here, Myron. All day long, all week long, we heard coming out of Cleveland how the fans are going to be loud, the fans are going to be rowdy. And I think they out-rowdied themselves all week. They must be out of shape. They haven't had football in 3 years because they're not doing nothing now.
Maybe they're getting tired of chanting that song we hate to hear. 1st and 10 at the 12 after the mistake by the Brown special teams. And Kordell gives it to the second man, Huntley. Does a shake and bake, head down, gets to about the 5-yard line. Did I say the 12? The ball was at the 7 after the 5-yard penalty. So it is a 2-yard gain. Wally Rayner, the middle linebacker, made the stop just shy of the 5. So we'll call it 2nd down and goal from outside the 5.
Is the bus back in there?
Yep, he's in there now.
The bus is out of the garage after some repairs.
Boy, he's going to be sore tomorrow. 2nd
down and goal outside the 5. The fullback Whitman goes in motion to give us to the bus. He follows Whitman through the hole and surges down near the goal line to about the 1.5 yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from that point. John Theory, who made the special teams mistake a moment ago, lining up offsides on a missed field goal, makes the tackle on Jerome Bettis.
Doggone it, boss. If you slid to your left instead of going right, there was nothing but cow pasture there, which was what that Chris Spielman called this turf. He slides to his left. I'm not sure. Should I fault the bus the way he's
was
playing?
fine. He was fine. You know what? And he was following Alan Faneca, who pulled from his left guard spot right off the right tackle.
Cope, don't oversteer the bus. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. This time the bus goes in motion right. And Kordell rolls right. Fires it on the run. It's caught at the 1-yard line and in the field of play. It'll bring up 4th down because they had to get to the goal line. It was a diving catch by Courtney Hawkins in front of linebacker Jameer Miller. And now it's 4th and 1 and decision time for the Steelers sideline. Here comes Chris Brown again. This time, instead of kicking it from 30 yards away, this chip shot will come from the vicinity of 18 yards.
2 things. One, Hawk had run deep enough but made a nice play coming back on the ball. Second of all, you got to kick this field goal. You want to get some points out of here. 4th and 1 has been stopped a lot of times.
This will be a 19-yarder, angle right to left. Tom Zach holding. The ball is down. Kick by Brown is up. That kick is good. And the Steelers get a little more quiet coming out of the stands here at Cleveland Brown Stadium. The dog pound is not barking real loudly as the Steelers take a 10-0 lead. From Cleveland Brown Stadium on the lakefront, Steelers football continues with a score: Pittsburgh 10, Cleveland 0.
The Steelers throw 79 yards, 17 plays, joy. And so they lead 10-0, and Slash Stewart is 6 for 14, throwing the ball for 75 yards.
7 minutes and 37 seconds on that drive. The kickoff by Brown is 8 yards deep in the end zone, and Darren Chiaverini, the rookie receiver from Colorado, a 5th-round pick, wisely decides to take the knee and take the touchback. From Cleveland Brown Stadium, Steelers football continues in the 2nd quarter with a score: Pittsburgh 10 and Cleveland 0.
The Steelers rock here. DVE.
Well, all the hoopla and excitement here in Cleveland, reality just smacked the Browns right in the face, because here we are with 9:49 left in the first half, and the Steelers have had the ball 35 plays to the Cleveland Browns 10 plays. So these fans are quiet because they have nothing to cheer about?
I thought it was just because I'm hard of hearing.
9:49 to go. Second quarter. The Browns go to the audible with Ty Detmer out of an I formation. Steelers showing blitz again. And the sprint draw handoff is to the tailback Terry Kirby, and he gets a couple of yards. That's the best surge that the Cleveland offensive line has shown. Now Kevin Henry gets into it with one of the Browns' offensive linemen. Carlos Emmons made that tackle. Kevin Henry getting into it with
Jimmy Pine.
Jimmy Pine, and Orpheus Roy now comes on at the defensive end. He'll replace Kevin Henry.
Orpheus Roy was on that play, Bill, and he was on Kirby's back.
Yeah, he came from the offside. Now Nolan Harrison came in, and Kevin went to right end, or Orpheus went to right end. Kevin went out. 2nd and 7 from the 23. Detmer again to the audible. He's got an offset backfield, receivers to both sides. He's going to throw it. He's back. He has time. He looks, he surveys, they chase, they sack at the 17-yard line. Running up his back is Jason Gilden. And I'm telling you, he had all day, he thought, but then all of a sudden when that pocket broke, look out, brother.
And Jason Gilden, who had 11 sacks last year, 4th best in the AFC, is looking to step up another notch to Pro Bowl status this year, rings up his first of 1999. The Steelers also had LaVon Kirkland blitzing.
Great coverage by the Steelers. That is definitely a coverage set. Great sack by Jason Gilden, but you got to credit the Steelers secondary.
Joey Porter on the field, 3rd and 12 for the Browns in the shotgun. Detmer, he's back. He steps up, he dumps it off. Kirby's going to be tackled after a 3-yard gain to the 21. Kirkland is all over him. And I think I hear Bronx cheers. No, wait a minute. The Bronx isn't on any lake, is it?
Oh, boy.
That Browns management was saying we expect the fans to be patient for this year. And maybe by the 3rd year, if we ain't delivering, then they'll get on us. It took less than one half of football.
I guess three years without football was not long enough.
I love it.
Punt formation for Chris Gardocki. Ryan Kuehl is the snapper, and Troy Edwards is awaiting here. Gardocki gets the left foot through. It's a high floating kick. Troy takes at his own 33. He's forward after a fancy Dan move and stumbles for extra yardage out to the 44-yard line. So that's an 11-yard punt return until Ronnie Powell shut it down. With the score, Pittsburgh 10, Cleveland nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Football Network.
Hey, Steeler fans, Steelers football is brought to you by Ford. Visit your neighborhood Ford dealer today and test drive a new Ford car or truck, because once you drive a Ford, you'll switch to Ford. So we had a 54-yard punt and an 11-yard return by Troy Edwards, and the Steelers started their 44.
Under center, Kordell Stewart with a slot right. I-backs tight behind him, play action fake. He's going to throw it. He pumps once. He loses the football. And Chris Conrad pounces on it back at the 32-yard line. Kordell had somebody wrapped around his feet, and when he tried to pull the ball up to throw it, Derek Alexander had his feet in a bear hug, and the ball popped loose. Unfortunately, the closest man to it was Steelers right tackle, the second-year man from Fresno State, Chris Conrad.
I think Stewart was trying to throw the ball. Let's look at the replay. I think a guy got on it and deflected it.
Well, actually, Derek Alexander does a great inside move on Chris Conrad, knocks the ball up. And whenever you see an offensive tackle recover a fumble, that's usually his guy that caused the fumble, so he's scrambling to get to it.
Empty set. Dime look by the Browns. 2nd and 22 at the 32, and here comes Kordell Stewart, a rambling and a rumbling. He's the only man back there, and he takes the football on the direct snap from Dermontti Dawson, and he gets a few yards out to about the 42 for 10. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
So for all you fans that have been frustrated about Kordell's lack of running with the ball or lack of moving out of the pocket, you've seen it all tonight. You're seeing options, you're seeing boots, you're seeing draws. I guess Kordell's moving around a little bit.
Browns show a 4-man front in the gun with a sidecar left is Kordell Stewart on 3rd and 12. Now the Browns show that blitz. Here's the snap. He's back. Steelers pick the blitz up. He's going to heave it down the field. A man is open. He's got it. Hines Ward at the 20-yard line and is rolled over as he gets close to the 16. Marker down in the backfield. It's going to be against the Browns for roughing the passer. Hines Ward, a beautiful adjustment to that football.
Ward had beaten Corey Fuller, the left cornerback who'd had help
Personal
from Brian McNeil.
Roughing the passer. 95 defense. Enforced from the end of the play. First down.
Jameer Miller is the culprit.
And that's what happens when you got a quarterback like Kordell Stewart who's running around, making a miss, and wearing those guys out. They try to get a shot as Hines Ward just runs a fly and just beats Corey Fuller right down, and Kordell just throws a beautiful ball that just drops in between Corey Fuller and the safety McNeil coming over for help.
That's a 50-yard gain. 42 on the pass play, half the distance of 8 yards to the 8-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
And Jameer Miller tried to drive Kordell into the ground, and that's why he was flagged.
That big stiff there, he wanted $1 billion this year. Nobody would pay him, so he signed for 1 year so he can be a free agent again.
Steelers go to the bus. The bus in heavy traffic still gets positive yardage. Browns trying to fly to the football, but they're getting there a half a beat late. Wally Rayner gets the tackle, and the Steelers have a 2nd and goal from the 5. We pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Football Network.
Pittsburgh Steelers football is brought to you by Pennzoil. Put Pennzoil motor oil in your car's engine. It's specially formulated for rough stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil.
WDVE, Pittsburgh.
2nd and goal. Steelers at the Browns 4. The give to the bus. He's hammered for a loss. I mean, he's hit high, he's hit hard, and down he goes at the 6-yard line. John Theory, first man to him. Also Jameer Miller. And the Steelers have a 3rd and goal from the 6 and wanted to bring 3 substitutions in. Now they send 3 out. So let's see what happens on 3rd and goal after a 2-yard loss.
Jameer Miller just blitzing from his stacked linebacker. He's right behind Jerry Ball, the nose tackle, and he comes through that hole. Nobody touches him, and he just knocks the bus right back on his back seat.
Steelers go with 4 wideouts. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and goal at the Browns 6. Steelers up 10-0. Slot man left goes in motion right. That's Blackwell. Back. And a touchdown is the effort here from Kordell Stewart into the hands of tailback Richard Huntley. Marlon Forbes had maybe a half of a coverage on him, and the Steelers score from 6 yards out.
Actually, Billy, I think Forbes had good coverage on him, but it was impossible if the ball were thrown perfectly to defend that pass because the receiver has his back to Forbes, and he Stewart leads him beautifully to the sideline there. Just beautifully done, yoy and double yoy.
Yeah, he had good coverage. I'll take that back. I thought he was about a step behind, but he was within a few inches. There's the extra point try by Chris Brown, the rookie from Nebraska. It's up and good. Good hold, Tomzak. Good snap, Schneck. That extra point brought to you by your local State Farm agents. Jay Bully in Cranberry Township and Mary Kathy Hareforth in Monroeville. From Cleveland Brown Stadium. A very quiet Cleveland Brown Stadium on the lakefront. 4:49 to go, 2nd quarter. Steelers football continues with a score. Pittsburgh 17, the Browns nothing.
One of the things about Kevin Gilbride's offense in his passing game is you go to the open area. That time, Huntley was covered inside out by the safety, and that's why they went to the out instead of to the in.
He read, as receivers are requested to do. Brown, another great kick off the end zone. Here comes Shiverini, wants to bring it out, and he stumbles and falls at the 10. Welcome to expansion football.
The Steelers, my goodness, let me say first of all, the Pittsburgh Steelers Football Network statistics are a service of CCA Technologies offering information and communication solutions. The Steelers, meantime, and speaking of statistics, have run off 41 plays from scrimmage to 14 for the Cleveland Brownies. 41 to 14. Wow.
And the 14 includes 2 punts and an interception. One back look for quarterback Ty Detmer. Short drop, quick out, pass complete to Kirby, and an immediate tackle by Chad Scott. No, he did not hold on. So the hit by Dwayne Washington jars the ball loose. It's incomplete. The Steeler defense is right on the play.
And that Kirby, he's always been a 3rd down receiver. Now he's a starter, and he starts dropping the football.
I believe 3rd down receiver or starter, he definitely heard footsteps, and that's why he dropped that one.
And this place, you could hear a pin drop. Steelers go dime now as the Browns face a 2nd and 10. Again, they go with that one back look and a slot left. Receiver to the right. And the Steelers do not blitz this time. Detmer back. Dumps it over the middle. Edwards, the fullback, is trying to turn the corner, and he's not going to go very far. He might have gotten 6 yards on the play, and that sets up a 3rd down and 4. Kirkland was the man running right with the fullback. Mark Edwards, 3rd-year product of Notre Dame.
Well, these kind of passes ain't even going to buy you lunch.
No, they're not good. Or a cup of coffee. You know, interesting, Myron, what everyone was saying before this game, how the way this stadium is built, it's built to hold in sound. It goes straight up. But if you could hear footsteps and a pin drop, what good is the stadium going straight up to hold in sound?
That pass got 5 yards. It's 3rd down and 5 from the 15. The Steelers go with 7 defensive backs. Semi-roll right by Detmer. He looks to go back against it. Now he throws right and throws it away. I mean, there was a receiver short at the 28. 2 Steeler defenders upfield at the 40. He threw the ball into no man's land, and the Boo Birds are out at Brown Stadium.
Yeah, the Steelers only rushing 4 men, but the other 7, they just were plastered all over receivers. Detmer had a lot of time back there, but he couldn't find nobody. Nobody was out there that wasn't having somebody glued to him, I imagine.
Now field position is a major issue. Troy Edwards is a return man poised at the Steeler 42. Gardocki awaiting Kuehl's snap at his own 1-yard line, gets rid of the punt, and he kicks a good one, high and deep. Edwards floats back to his 40. Juke right, goes left, slips and falls at the 46-yard line. And
well,
he looked like he was just ad-libbing all the way, and he looked like he was trying to find a crack in him. When he planted that left foot down, he went.
45-yard punt. Now, do you suppose we've seen a couple of guys slip Tunch? Do you think it's that grass that they just put in 8 or 9 days ago?
It's not good grass. I was down there, Myron. It's not good at all.
It's back. The Eagle Video Fantastic Field Goal Contest. 3 lucky contestants are chosen for every Steelers home game to kick field goals at halftime. Stop by participating Eagle Video locations for complete contest details, or send a self-addressed postcard to Eagle Video Fantastic Field Goal Contest, care of WDVE, 200 Fleet Street, Pittsburgh, PA 15220. Steelers from their 45. Here comes the bus in the open field. 1st down and more, down to the 40-yard line after crossing midfield. From the 46 down to the Browns' 40-yard line, he goes 14 yards. Theory and Langham combine on the tackle, and that was the Red Sea parting.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. The bus has a huge bus. I don't know if it's bigger than John Mad's or not, but he got this huge bus now. And he came down through that opening there. Like, was it a draw? Yeah, it had to be a draw.
It was a lead play behind John Whitman, and there was such a hole there that, Myron, I think you could have run through it.
He's got 76 yards on 14 carries.
Outside motion by Hawkins, a receiver. Looking right is Kordell. He fires. The pass is caught underneath by Blackwell, and he gets to the 35-yard line for 5 yards. And Blackwell is hit, and down he stays. Now he's going to be attended to by his teammates, and the training corps comes out to help as well. And I don't know if he got hit up in the head area or not, but he just the way he lay there motionless would indicate that he had his bell rung.
Yeah, that appears to be the case. They're talking to him down there, are the medical staff. And, you know, Blackwell's kind of looking nice tonight. It's his 3rd year. I've been waiting, show me something, you know, special, and he's fitting in.
Well, you know what, as I'm looking at the replay, Tim McCarr came and donked him helmet to helmet. And what happened was Blackwell got hit in the side of the head. That's when at least the concussions that I've gotten is when I've gotten hit into the side of the head. It's easier to get knocked into la-la land there instead of taking it head on, and I think that's why he's getting up. Now they're asking him the dummy questions now. What's your name? How much do you weigh? Where are you at? What's the score? And you know what? If he's not paying attention because the offense has been out there so long, he might not know what the score is.
You know, well, I always had a question, Tunch, and maybe you can answer this. And Will Blackwell's up in a seated position, and they're going to get him on his feet now. Why does the defense get tired and the offense doesn't?
Because theoretically, the defense has got to hustle more than the offense does, because you know where the play's going. You can just seal your guy off to the backside, and then your job is done, whereas the defensive guy's got to keep running downfield to make a play. That's what the thinking is. But really, if you're a player who plays all out all the time, you're going to get just as much tired.
Blackwell's okay. He comes off the field and even jogs the last few steps.
And they restart the clock. It's down to 2:40. Steelers up 17-0, 2nd and 5 at the Browns 35. I formation, passing look, play action fake. Back is Stewart. Pumps, dumps it over the middle. Pass complete to Buss. And Buss is going to have to fight off 2 defenders as he gets inside the original line of scrimmage at 35 and gets 2 yards to the 33. Rayner is the middle linebacker who first got to him.
And Stewart throwing the football is now 12 for 18 for 114 yards.
And I don't know that Jerome Bettis is any more impressed with Wally Rainier now than he was before the interview on Wednesday.
Love it, Tunch, love it.
Buss comes to the sideline. Whitman comes to the sideline, and the Steelers don't have a timeout, so they're going to have to take a penalty. No, they get to the 2-minute warning, so everything's fine, but it looked like Kevin Gilbride saw Kordell Stewart start to come out of the huddle, run a play, and he said, hey, let's wait till after the 2-minute warning, which is brought to you by King's Family Restaurants. Before, during, or after the game, next time, make it King's. With a score of Pittsburgh 17, Cleveland nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Football Network. 2-minute warning is over. The Steelers break the huddle, have a 3rd and 3 at the 33 of the Browns. Steelers leading 17-0. Slot man left. One of 4 receivers goes in motion right. And the give against it is to the Richard Huntley, and he's got the first down inside the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. Huntley neatly finding the hole. It was big enough, and McTire finally got to him, but not before Huntley got a first down. They're putting the football at the 26, a 7-yard gain for Richard Huntley.
And he put a sweet move on Marcus Pope, defensive back, who was just left, just fell for it completely.
Marcus Pope fell right out of his shoes, Myron.
Yeah.
Steelers dominating this football game so far. 1st and 10 at the 26 of the Cleveland Browns. Motion from the outside right. And the give to the left is the bus, and this is the bus of old. I mean, he is going forward. He has that body lean. He gets to the 21-yard line for 5, almost to the 20. Call it a 6-yard gain. Arnold Miller, rookie defensive end from LSU, a free agent, makes the stop for Cleveland.
Now, during the 2-minute warning, I should point out, Tony Yates, the Steeler doctor, questioning Will Blackwell, who apparently is not altogether there or wasn't at that moment. We'll get back to that.
Steelers winding clock, 50 seconds left. They can't stop it. They don't have no timeouts remaining, and now Kordell has to design the play for everybody. Clock is winding down. He still has 4 seconds, and he gets the snap away, and here comes, look out, here comes the bus, and the bus is very close to the first down. It looks like a half-yard short, tripped up by his old pal, Wally Rayner, the rookie middle backer from Virginia.
Yeah, Tony Yates, the doctor, was looking up at the scoreboard as he questioned him. Why was he doing that, Tunch, you veteran of concussions?
Myron, because he was probably asking him what's the score, and he had to make sure he knew the score himself. You can't ask questions unless you know the answer. So Doc Yates, he's a smart guy. He's going to make sure he knows the answers himself.
They wouldn't give you an open book test on the sideline, would they?
He learned that in medical school.
They stretch the chains again, and this one's going to be inches short. About the length of the football short. So it'll be 3rd down and inches at the 16-yard line of the Cleveland Browns. We'll add up the plays here. They are phenomenal. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Cleveland Browns have run 18 plays. The Steelers are in the high 40s. And have 3rd and inches at the 16 of the Browns. Clock winding and getting to 27 seconds. Huddle clock at 23. And Stewart sneaks for the first down to the 15-yard line. Good surge by Dawson, Faneca, and Stye to allow him enough room to get the first down. And now we got some pushing and shoving in the pileup. And now we got to push upstairs.
Meantime, the clock is running, and that's probably why they're doing that.
That's right.
Now the flag comes out and stops the clock at 10 seconds. And I mean, that was a scrum, and there was a lot of activity in that
Delay
pile.
of the game. Defense failing to let the runner get up.
Good call.
Number 96.
Good call.
5-yard penalty, first down.
So that play took 19 seconds, counting them not letting Huntley get up.
Now, yeah, and I would wonder why they wouldn't put some more time back on the clock on that. And so, 48 plays, that's more than the Steeler offense has gone all of preseason.
When's the last time you saw the defense hit with a delay of game penalty? Doesn't happen too often.
No.
Well, now, should they put time back on
Yes,
the clock?
I think they should.
They're discussing that, so that's what referee Bob McElwee has his officials gathered around him, and that's what they're discussing.
And if they
Ball's going to be spotted at the 10 for Chris Brown's field goal. Now let's see if they put any time back up.
About 9 seconds. No, they haven't.
Nope. Nope, they decided not to put it. Nope, they're just going to let it sit at 10. This will be a field goal attempt for Chris Brown of 20, we'll call it 27 yards. McElwee forgot to pick up his marker. He goes and gets it as the snap is conducted. Next snap is good on a great hold by Tomczak. That kick is up, and we've got some zeros on the scoreboard, but the Steelers have 20 points to the Browns, none. 6 seconds left of the first half. And do I see empty seats upstairs?
Well, I mean, that would be a real sad state. I mean, you know, Drew Carey's here and everything, and Pan's leaving at halftime.
They're not leaving. They went to get a hot dog. It's
Oh,
near
okay.
halftime.
Okay, all
Or
right.
an enchilada or something.
As long as they don't find your new monument.
But what was the distance again on Brown's?
27 yards.
27 yards. So
Yeah.
he's hit a couple of chip shots, and that's very nice. Thank you. After hitting the post on an attempt that he got bailed out on because there was a guy in a neutral zone, the Dear John theory for the Cleve Brownies, a linebacker in the neutral zone. So he got another try. So he has 2 chip shots on the Steelers. Yes, leading 20-0, pasting the Cleve Brownies.
Well, Blackwell's got a possible concussion. I'm just watching him on the sidelines. He's walking around with Dr. Yates, and they've took his helmet away from him.
And here comes the squib, and it rolls inside the numbers, and the Browns have to pick it up, and now they muff it, and boy, look out, a collision, a loose ball, but picked up quickly by the return man. That's one of the up people, and that is tight end Irv Smith, the former Notre Dame star, who had a little trouble finding the handle, and he gets the clock down to 2 seconds and took a whale of a blast from Jason Simmons.
Well, the Browns looking every bit the expansion team tonight. Not doing a whole lot of anything that could be considered positive. Let's see, there's 2 seconds left, so they're going to do the flop. It'll be the first play that doesn't lose them.
They set up in the safety or the victory formation.
Or flop.
And the Boo Birds come out, and naturally they'll be discussing when is Tim Couch going to come flying out of that locker room and line up at quarterback. That's the end of the first half with the score. Pittsburgh 20, Cleveland nothing. Around the league, the halftime scoreboard is coming up.